Hello, online students. I posted the EKG Final today. You do have to use Respondus with the exam, and I know you guys know how to use it because you used it with Golfin previously. I had to learn how to use it, so sorry for the delay. There is the final that you have to take and one last return demonstration, and I wanted to talk about it and go over it just briefly so you all know what I am expecting. So under content, under course information, you have taken a look at this. It is your checkoff list. Before you start your last recording, I want you to look through this. I'm going to go over it really quickly right now. So if you are doing your last recording either at home or even at work, if you all are still going to work, you are free to do it at home if considering what's going on right now is, things are kind of dicey at work. Now, what I want you to do for a lot of this is simulation. So, for instance, what I want you to do is pretend you're walking into the room, greet the patient, identify the patient. And so one of the things that we do in healthcare, if you have done it before, we have to identify the patient and identify the patient times 3. And this is how we do this. And you'll talk through it. So you walk in, you say hello to the patient, you give your name, and you say, "Hi, I am here to perform an EKG. I need to identify you. Can you please give me your name and date of birth?" And after you ask for the name and date of birth, you also simulate looking on their wristband and then looking on their orders. Looking on your orders, which is, you can essentially just use this sheet. And anytime you're in a hospital and you work in a hospital or you will be giving an EKG, you are going to have to identify the patient times 3. And if any of the 3 of those things are wrong, whether it's on the orders, on the bracelet, or the name and date of birth that they give you is wrong, you do not complete your assignment in a hospital. Just because you want to make sure you're not getting the wrong patient. An EKG is pretty unevasive, but if you're giving somebody like an enema or drawing their blood when they're already bruised up, then that could be considered assault and battery. So we want to make sure we identify the patient times 3. Don appropriate standard precautions. So another thing that we do in simulation in allied healthcare is you can say, "I'm putting on my lab coat, I am putting on my gloves for PPE." So we can talk about it and simulate it so you don't actually have to have gloves. So also preparing the equipment, selecting the sites, talking about the sites. If you're at home, you also can use sticky tabs or in some way use tape to show the area. We are not going to be exposing chest. Now, we do assure for the patient that the skin is not broken or bleeding. Typically, we do not shave the hair from the site unless somebody is very, very hairy on their chest. So simulate cleansing the area with an alcohol prep pad, and then simulate allowing it to dry, and then put on the sticky tabs and simulate plugging the leads into the EKG machine. And then I'm going to look and make sure all of your leads are in the correct spot. And you always thank the patient at the very end. Now, for all of you, this is going to be a very easy and pretty basic procedure, but what I want you to understand, if you're not in healthcare all the time, or if you are not doing a job right now where you are being a healthcare provider, I want you to really understand identifying the patient times 3 and talking about donning standard precautions and preparing the equipment, preparing the patient, explaining the procedure to the patient, because that is all part of what we do in allied health. So take a look at this before you do your last recording, and the final is ready to go. If you guys have been studying and doing your quizzes, the final will not be a problem for you. So I wish you good luck, and I'll look for those last 2 things from you, and once you turn those in, EKG will be finished and you will be getting your final grade. I will say over the last couple of weeks, I have been a little slower to get things up, and I'm sure you already presume that that is because of everything that's going on right now. So because I created this program that's exclusively online for you guys all of, like, for a year and a half last year, and then finally last year it, went live. I have done all of the online work that all of the instructors and various colleges are doing now. So everything for you guys, and now for my face-to-face class is ready to go. But there have been other things I've had to tend to over the past couple of weeks, so sorry for the delay in posting the final. And at this point, we're all caught up to speed. I am available during business hours and even after to do any type of like Google Hangouts talk or meet with you at any point. At the conclusion of your Module 2, we will be meeting via Google Hangouts to talk about moving on to the next module. So I'll be talking with you soon. And at this point, just so you know, although this doesn't affect you really at all, CCBC, where I work, has gone completely online. So now, in addition to having you guys as an online program, I have 3 other cohorts that are running as well that I had to switch to online for the time being. So good luck with everything, and I will speak with you soon.